Hello everyone and welcome back to the Andy Wilkins YouTube channel. I'm back after about a month off, having been up to my eyes in other things. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you are all keeping well. It is literally, we're going into the second week of June, and for those that may or may not know, the Euros are literally approaching us like so fast, like it literally happening on Friday. So literally I thought, why not join in with the trend of revealing my predictions for Euro 2020, even though we are obviously in 2021. Yeah, here we go. If you are new to the channel, feel free to hit that like and subscribe button. It really is massively appreciated as always. So 250 subs by December and that would be brilliant. So yeah, let's get straight into it. Okay. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We are here doing the tournament predictor. So I'm going to go through each group, how I think they'll do, into the knockout predictions, obviously, in a little bit. So I'm going to begin with Group A, which involves Switzerland, Turkey, Wales and Italy. Now, I'm going to begin from 4th to 1st, because going into 4th, I'm going to put Turkey. Simply, just, I don't think when up against the likes of Switzerland, Wales and Italy, they're going to fare that well. So I feel they're going to finish bottom. In 3rd is actually going to be Switzerland. Switzerland normally fare like really quite good, but I just feel when up against Wales, Wales have got a very good like squad like coming along with them this year. So I just feel personally they're going to be a lot stronger than what Switzerland will offer. By all means, Switzerland not going to be like, I don't know how you want to call it, bad by any means, but you know, they'll give it a good go. But I just feel they've got a bit of breathing room, whereas for me, Turkey don't have any sort of breathing room. 2nd place is going to be Wales. I don't think Wales are definitely at the stage where they were 4 or 5 years ago when they did Euro 2016. They're in a different situation. I feel personally they will come quite a modest 2nd. They'll have to fight for it, but I just feel when up against Italy, that will show where the class is. And then obviously Italy are going to go 1st. Group B is a very, very weird group. Barring 3 of them, like it is pretty much a 3-horse race. Like, so probably as per expected, Finland are gonna go into 4th place. Like, if being truthfully honest here, Finland aren't normally a team that get to these sort of like championships, but when compared to the other 3 teams in their group who have all got experience of having participated in World Cups, in recent Euros, etc., I think Finland will struggle personally. So going into 3rd place, I'm going to go with Russia, because yes, by all means Russia have got a good squad that is still intact from 3 years ago at the World Cup, but I don't feel they're going to be by any means superb. We go on to Denmark, who are going to go 2nd, and Belgium quite obviously are going to go 1st. Belgium, they have got an exceptionally talented squad, there is no doubt about it, and when you take a look at some of the players they've got in their squad, such as Lukaku and various others, right now they're still in their sort of like prime in that sense. In my opinion, they're still in their prime. They've been in this sort of prime position where they're producing good players. So we now go on to Group C. I'm going to change it up a little. Ukraine are actually going to go 4th. Now, before anyone asks why, I've watched a few of their games and I just wasn't that impressed with them. I'm going to put North Macedonia into 3rd place. They're new to the tournament fold in general. This is their 1st ever tournament, I believe, something of that sort of standard. And the thing is, they'll be going into it thinking they're going to come last. But I feel personally, like having watched them play in the playoffs that they had to win. However, I just feel, you know what, I would not be surprised if North Macedonia pipped Ukraine to 3rd place. Now, going into Group C, into 2nd place, it's got to be Austria. Austria have got some really good talent coming through that like woodwork at the moment, a bit like the Netherlands, but only they're like perhaps a few years behind the Netherlands, who in all fairness, Netherlands have got a fantastic squad on them right now. That cannot be disputed. So Netherlands will go top. So we now go into Group D. Yeah, Group D. I'm gonna go, the Czech Republic are gonna go 4th. Group D for 3rd place, it's got to be Scotland, because I've just got this feeling that with Scotland in particular, they're going to be up for it, no doubt to say the least. But whether they can cement that 2nd place spot is another story, I feel. As for 2nd place, it's got to be Croatia. Croatia are still a strong team. I've got this gut feeling in me, and I hope I'm wrong, that Croatia could easily give us a good, like they'll give us a tough game to say the least. 1st place is England. Now, with the quality we have got in our squad, we should quite literally smack Croatia, Scotland and Czech Republic in the face without any issues. But whether we will or whether we won't is another story. With Group E. It's a weird situation. So with 4th place, it's going to go to Slovakia. When up against the other 3 teams, they're going to struggle big time. So for 3rd place, I'm actually going to put Spain, because Spain at the moment, in my opinion, they are a side in transition. They have had to sort of accept the hard way that they aren't this fantastic team that they once were, hence why they screwed up quite massively in 2014. And I think that Spain's dominance has ended, but they're now trying to rebuild for the future. Spain this year, for the first time in God knows how many years, haven't picked any Real Madrid players. I think says a lot on its own account. But it's the fact that they're sort of, like, the Spanish national team are looking towards the future and not, to an extent, seeing that they don't always have to pick players from Real Madrid or Barcelona to play in their teams. They can pick other players from other teams in other leagues. That's how I see it. So into 2nd place, I feel Sweden are going to go into 2nd. Got this sort of gut feeling, Ibra or no Ibra, they're going to do well, I feel, to get into 2nd. As for Group A, Poland, where do you want me to begin with Poland? If Poland do not get top spot, I will be quite baffled personally, because I feel to me, in my opinion, they're one of the outsiders to this tournament and one of the sort of dark horses to it. I want to see Robert Lewandowski score a goal, because he scores goals wherever he goes, whether it be Champions League or internationals or Bundesliga. If he scores plenty of goals for Poland in this tournament, or even if he creates a few. And as for Group F, which has been called the Group of Death, though I'm pretty sure I could say that about a few groups in this. We're going on to Group F, and it goes without saying, 4th place goes to Hungary. Personally, I just look at Hungary and I think they haven't got what it takes to compete with the other 3. Best of luck to them, but I just cannot see them doing that well. Now, going into 3rd place, I'm going to say Germany. And no, it's not because I prefer France and Portugal to Germany. It's just simply, you have to take a look at it sort of fundamentally, and you sort of have to think, not just it's a very tough group, but Germany have proved over the last year in particular that they are beatable. They are a side that will no doubt be going through this next transition. That, to an extent, they're about a year or 2 behind Spain to a certain degree, because obviously Joachim Low, obviously he is leaving after the end of these championships, but I feel personally whether they will manage to get through into the next round or not. They're up against 2 good teams. Portugal have changed with the times, even with Ronaldo getting older and older. They are doing well. There's no shadow of a doubt about it. France, on the other hand, are arguably the best team to beat right now. There's no 2 ways about it. Yeah, I think realistically, I'm going to put 2nd place Portugal and 1st place France. Of which, little fact here, I'm actually related to one of Napoleon's generals called Andre Messina. Little fact for you there. So, in all fairness, I'm a little tiny bit French. So, obviously, I've got to my French loyalty. So predict the 4 best placed teams. So out of Switzerland, Russia, North Macedonia, Scotland, Spain and Germany. It goes without saying here, I think Switzerland will do somewhat well. They are going to be chosen. When looking at Russia, I think Russia could do relatively well again. I really do think so. I think Scotland will get through by the skin of their teeth. And as to who manages the last place, I've got this gut feeling that we'll see Spain go through. Germany and North Macedonia will be knocked out despite finishing 3rd. So I now go on to the round of 16. First up is Belgium versus Scotland. So it goes without saying here, Belgium against Scotland, I think it's got to be Belgium who will be going through. Scotland, I feel their time in the round of 16 will come to an end there. Italy versus Austria, I think it's got to be Italy without a shadow of a doubt. France versus Russia, this will be a tough game. On all accounts it will be a tough game. I've just got this gut feeling that France will go through with quite some ease. Croatia versus Sweden. This is a tough one, and I think Croatia will go through. So Poland versus Switzerland. Should be a Poland win on all accounts. Now, England versus Portugal. I'm going to pick England. I really am going to pick England, because I think, as much as I have praised up Portugal by saying they are good, I feel England have got a lot more to offer than Portugal on all accounts, really. Netherlands versus Spain. So I think it's got to be the Netherlands, because I look at their squad and I think they've got a good squad on their hands. There's no 2 ways about it. Obviously, Wales versus Denmark. Now, I think Wales might slip through. Only just, but I think they will slip through. So we now go on to quarter-finals. finals. Belgium versus Italy. I think it will be Belgium. France versus Croatia. France. Poland versus England. Gotta be England. And then Netherlands versus Wales. I wish it was Wales, but I genuinely cannot see it. I think it will be the Netherlands for them. So we now go into the semi-finals of Belgium versus France. I can see it happening, and I think it will be France. England versus Netherlands. I'm probably going to be biased when I say this. I think it will be us. I'm optimistic. I've got to be optimistic. Let's be quite honest here. The France versus England. Battle of Waterloo all over again. I don't know why I'm referring it to the Battle of Waterloo. There was a number of countries. It wasn't just England. This will be taking place at Wembley Stadium, like as will both semi-finals. And I think that to an extent is why I also feel England will do it against the Netherlands. However, whilst I would like to say England will win it, I think France will certainly grab it. They know how to grind out a result. Like, yes, we've managed it in the last 2 friendlies, but bloody hell, this lot know what they're doing. And I think to an extent, they will be unbeatable throughout this whole tournament. I really do think so. So I'm going to put France. And that means that my Euro 2020 winners are going to be France this year. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. France are my winners. We are now going to do the Copa America. Because I don't know why, but I'm just adding this in for content. So Copa America, who I feel is going to sort of do a good job. So yeah, quite literally. Yeah, so this is what I've done for Group A. Argentina, Uruguay, Chile, Paraguay and Bolivia. As for Group B, Brazil, Colombia, Ecuador, Venezuela and Peru. So I've just done that. So I'm now going to go into the quarterfinals. It's a lot more of a straightforward situation. Uruguay versus Ecuador. It's got to be Uruguay. Argentina versus Venezuela. I'm expecting Argentina. Colombia versus Chile. I actually do expect Colombia to win that. And as for the winner of Group B, I expect Brazil to win that. So yeah, all home wins. As for the semi-finals, Uruguay versus Argentina. I can see Argentina doing it. The winners from QF3, I expect Brazil to be doing it. I'm going to go into the bronze final. Got to be Uruguay, and potentially for the winner, I've got this gut feeling that whilst Argentina will definitely give it a bloody good try, I feel Brazil will definitely have that sort of stranglehold. Yes, that's the situation. That is my predictor, basically. So that's all from me, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you have enjoyed watching this video. If you are new to the channel, please feel free to hit that like, share and subscribe button below. It really is massively appreciated. We're now on the road to 250 subscribers by December, or by the end of the year basically, which hopefully is achievable. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.